What's up guys, welcome back to Empire Total War and welcome to Rome, where we are going to be playing as the Pope. So yes, this is an idea I had a while back and I've finally decided to actually do it. And yes, we're basically playing as the Papal States and we're going to see what it'd be like if the Pope decided to just go and take over the world. So our monarch here, big Pius the Sixth, I think, yeah, Pius the Sixth. Is yes, our monarch at the moment. He is our Pope, and he is the Mad Pope, and he's going to be going and trying to take over the entirety of the world as himself, as the Papal States, and as are we. So, this is our city. This is Rome, as you may know. It is the major city in Italy. I think it's probably the biggest one by quite a distance. And yes, we have actually, for once in the Empire series, for a while, first time in a while, actually got the ability to recruit some pretty interesting looking units. So we can actually recruit a cardinal. But yeah, we can have cannons, we can have guys with guns, and it's all kicking off. It's compared to the Cherokee nations from the last series, this is a big step up. And yes, so we're going to take these guys and we're going to go and take on the world. So first things first, let's have a look at our diplomatic relationships, see who we're at war with and who we're not. So currently we're allied with Spain. We're at war with the Barbary states, and we have trade partners in Austria, Sicily, and Genoa. I'm pretty sure we could probably get a few more of those. So let's just first of all try and do that, shall we? Costs us a bit of money. We've got trade agreement with big Christian the Seventh over here. Well, apparently that's everyone. Oh no, we can trade with Venice. So let's see if we can get a trade deal with them. Oh, we got a trade deal with them as well. Wonderful. Okie doke. Anybody else? Anyone else that we can get a trade deal with here? Does not look like it is. Okay, so we have managed to get ourselves a bunch more trade. What's our finance look? 8,907 coins per turn. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, and our enemies, the Barbary states, where are they? Is this these guys? It's down here, these guys. So we can go after Tunisia. We can also go after Tripoli and Algeria as well. So I think that's all that they have. It looks like that's all they've got. So they will be our main targets to begin with. Once we've got those guys, we can then go and look at taking someone else. I think at some stage I will try and take all of Italy. But Italy is always quite a difficult one to actually take, just because most places tend to just build up huge armies and then just like hold them there. So like Genoa, when we were playing in Scotland, we went miles into this campaign and Genoa just didn't bother taking anything. They just kept Genoa and just kept building troops, and they had ridiculous amount of money and a ridiculous amount of army just all positioned in this one little area here. But yes, we will probably go and try and take Italy sooner rather than later, but I think our first focus is to take on the Barbary states, given they are our enemies. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start recruiting some cardinals and some other random stuff, and just get ourselves a bit of an army built up here. Yeah, we don't want pikemen. Who would ever want a pikeman? Right, so that's us building a bunch of units. We have currently got this army over here, which has got a bunch of cavalry in it, and our general, and some cannons, but that's it. So we are going to be adding to that with this army here once we start recruiting. And then, yes, we shall start sending these guys southward to, across the Med, down to Africa to go and try and take on the Barbary states. Right, research. Let's have a look. Research tree. Wonderful. A little bit more to research than we had when we were playing as the Cherokee nations, but everything seems to have already been researched, so that's absolutely brilliant. Oh, we can get some puddling furnace, so let's get that. It's going to take us 10 turns, but everything is being that we can research has been researched. So we need to start upgrading some buildings as well to get unlock some new things. So let's build that. Let's build that. Let's build that. Let's also build the opera house. Why not? It's Rome. Culture, city of culture. Okay, so we've got ourselves an opera house. Let's upgrade our research facility as well. And that has spent all of our money, but it's fine because we're making an absolute butt ton of money anyway. And we're just going to end turn and start recruiting those guys, and then send them southward. Oh, apparently Sicily wants an alliance. They're also offering us 4,000 coins for it. Alright, I'll take your alliance for the time being. We will attack them at some point, but it's good to look like we're friendly to begin with. And then when they have their guard down, we just go in and pillage their villages. Okay, so we have finished that turn. Everything is still currently being built. We can actually upgrade our walls as well. I mean, it basically spends all of our money, but then we have some hefty walls to defend Rome with, so I'm just going to do that. We've already started building everything else, so we might as well just spend all of our money on construction. Yes, financially, it's still not looking too bad. Our recruitment is continuing. Probably, well, yeah, 2 more turns, and then we'll have all of those guys recruited. Our army is not too bad. Could do some more, and it is coming, so we should be fine in a few turns' time. But I'm going to end turn again, given that I spent all my money on just building some walls. Apparently that didn't actually end the turn. There we go. Yes, then build up some money again, and keep recruiting. Oh, we need to build some ships, don't we? Yeah, I need to build some ships so I can sail us southwards. And there is quite a lot of Barbary State navy or fleets floating around the place, so we do need to kind of be aware of that. I've just thought of something. Do we actually have a port? Oh, we do. I can see it. It's right down the bottom right of our screen there. I was just thinking, like, we don't have. All right, fine. We don't have any ports along here, but we do actually have this one up here, so that's fine. So we can use that to build a couple of ships. So we'll just do that now and build ourselves a hefty fleet. So it's going to take us like 6 turns to build all of those ships, which is not great, but at least in a few turns we'll have something. And then, yes, we need to sail our way down here without meeting any Barbary States fleets, because they could potentially put an end to our entire army if that was to happen, which would not be great. But we're continuing on building everything. We're continuing on recruiting stuff. We'll just keep recruiting. Actually, we want some... We don't really want any cardinals anymore. We kind of want some line infantry, given that we don't actually have particularly many of them. So let's get a couple of militia, and then we can get a cardinal. Actually, no, let's just keep getting militia, because they're cheap and replaceable. And we don't have many anyway, because our entire army at the moment is pretty much made up of cavalry and cannons, so we don't have much in the way of line infantry, so we need some of that to kind of fill in the gaps a little bit. Sort of cannon fodder, if you will. So we'll send them in first. They can get blown to bits, then the cavalry will come in and sweep up. Yes, that as well, they don't take long to recruit, so it's going to be 2 turns, and we've got all of these units, so that'll be good. And yes, we shall end turn again, because we've spent all of our money. And we're just going to continue building Rome, and yes, and building armies and fleets. Okay, so our army is pretty much half done. Oh my word, we've got some new... We can build a platoon of drummers! We can get some actual line infantry. Right, okay, let's get rid of the militia and replace them with actual line infantry. And some drummers, because we discovered in the Cherokee Nations that the drummers can actually be pretty good at what they do. So anyway, yes, we also have 1 ship so far being built. We are currently continuing to build those. Then we shall send everyone in a couple of turns over to the south. Okay, so I think the best thing I can do right now, given that there isn't really anything, I could potentially upgrade to a drill school as well. Right, let's do that. Let's just, I'm building all of these buildings up. It's like, we're just completely rebuilding Rome, and who said it couldn't be done in a day? So yeah, we've currently rebuilt every building that there is so far. I think we've, oh, we've got an Imperial Palace. We need to build the Vatican at some point, so that's going to cost us 6,000 coins. So we'll do that at some stage in the future, but yeah, we definitely need to get the Vatican built, because that's where the all-holy, all-bloodthirsty Pope will at some point live. So we need to make sure his house is in order. Ha! So this never happened when we played as the Cherokee Nations, but it's happened pretty much immediately in this this series, and it was exactly what happened every time I played as Scotland. Is Great Britain declared war on them. Okay, so we now have an absolutely mammoth army. We have a couple of ships over here, so I think it's probably worth getting our fleet in there, or getting our army in there, and then sending them down to the south. So I'm going to send this army up here, led by big Fabio Tremonti, and we shall embark the ships, and then we shall send these guys south. Now what I don't want to happen is us to run into a Barbary States fleet on the way, which is going to be a bit of an issue if we did. So I'm just going to actually park ourselves in here. Actually no, I'm not. I'm going to park ourselves down here. Can we build this? We can build the Vatican. Let's build the Vatican. And end turn again. It's basically all that's going to happen right now is just end turning until we go and capture somewhere else to then build from. Right, so we have our fleet here, and it should be able to reach down to Tripoli, so that would be good. So I'm just going to bring these guys all the way down here. They don't have any real defense whatsoever, so let's dump our... Alright, apparently it goes that way for some reason. But we have dumped our army. No, we haven't. We dumped our army. Dumped our army. They have a couple of small Barbary States armies down here, so we'll just go and engage those guys. And they only have 225 men, reinforced by 135. Big Babur Abaza. Babur Abaza. He does have quite an interesting face, like portrait thing. Anyway, we've got big Fabio Tremonti and his 2,142 men against their like 400. So let's auto-resolve this. We kill 360, all of them, and we only lose 358, so that's not too bad. So that's us killed both of those armies. So we shall start marching these guys westwards, off towards Tripoli. So in a turn's time we'll be able to go and capture Tripoli. And then meanwhile, we are still building more ships over here. What I'm thinking is I'm actually going to build a trade ship, or a couple of trade ships, and we'll send them off to go and try and trade somewhere, maybe the West Indies or something, and see if we can get ourselves some more money from that. Okay, so let's head back down here. So we have our army, we have the city of Tripoli. We shall go and take the city of Tripoli. They do have 1,386 men, big Mohammed Al-Zeshi defending it, but we do have 1,784 men, led by big Fabio Tremonti, and we do have the Cardinals as well, who are ridiculously high starred, I think, because he's actually part of them. So we're going to auto-resolve this. It was like a 80% chance of success. We lose 366 men, but we kill everyone, all 1,386 of them, which was absolutely brutal. So we've murdered all of those guys, so we've taken the city. So we shall repair that, and we shall then be able to replenish. Actually, can we replenish these guys now? We can do, so let's just do that. It's cost us like all of our money, but we will replenish that army in a turn or two, and then we shall start sending them up toward Tunisia to go and take that as well. But it does now give us this new port as well, which what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to undo some of our replenishment. Hopefully that gives us enough money to then repair the port, because this port will then allow us to make more trade deals, which will be good. We have repaired this port, so I'm hoping that might give us more trade routes, so let's see if we can do that. Apparently it's not. I'm not entirely sure why it's not giving us any more trade routes. Yeah, it's exactly the same type of port as we have up here, I'm pretty sure. They're both commercial ports, I'm pretty confident. Yeah, we've got two commercial ports, but apparently this one doesn't want to allow us to trade, so I'm not too sure why we can't trade here. Alright, fair enough, whatever. Maybe we just don't have anything to trade from down here. That could be a thing. Not a clue. Anyway, so we'll let that army replenish, and then we shall head them off towards Tunisia. And then we shall also do something else, possibly. Will we do something else? I think, yeah, let's upgrade the roads in Rome to actual roads as opposed to dirt ones. And I would have imagined that would have already been done. Like, I'm pretty confident the Romans did that well before we turned up. Anyway, we now have a ridiculous number of types of units that we can produce. We can even make grenadiers already, which is brilliant. House guards of the Pope, wonderful. Anyway, we are yeah, still building here. We're still building the Vatican. 3 more turns till the Vatican's finished. We've got 2 more turns until our walls are at a ridiculous level. And then yes, we can continue on researching and improving everything else. We now have the ability to research a couple new items because we've built a couple new buildings. But we are still 4 turns away from getting a puddling furnace. So once we've done that, then we'll be able to look at something else to research. So I think what we'll do is we shall take the majority of this army, which is now replenished. There is still 1 unit, which is not. Just these cannons. But I think what we'll do is we'll leave some of our militia behind. And we'll leave one of our units of cavalry. Just to maintain public order, and we'll send the rest off to Tunisia, and then we shall also promote this guy to a general, so we get Nazaro Defendi. That's a perfect name, and what he'll do is he'll sit here and defend it from anybody who decides to come along and try and take that back. So that is basically everything sorted. Public order here is not great. Can I see it? Thank you. Yeah, public order, not brilliant. The lower class are pretty angry with us, but there's not much I can do about that. Really, we are making quite a good bit of money off of them, so that's fine. Alright, we have improved our fortifications of Rome, which should give us a much better chance of holding this if anybody does decide to come along and attack it. We're 1 turn away from building the Vatican. And yes, everything looks pretty good. I did just realise as well, we have these gentlemen here who I should have put one of them in here, because having that in there I'm pretty sure reduces the number of turns to finishing a research, so that would be beneficial. And then what I'm also going to do, I'm going to take the other one, big Francesco Antonio Zaccaria. We'll send him off to Genoa to steal some research. So we can try and steal. It's only 13% chance. It's not great. That's the only one we can actually try and steal. So we're going to try and steal that. It's only a 13% chance, but we'll see what happens. And yes, hopefully he succeeds in doing that. We have a rake here as well, so I'm going to actually send these guys up this direction, or this guy up this direction, to kind of keep an eye on the other Italian nations and see if any of them are looking particularly vulnerable. Naples has been left completely undefended. It does have some hefty town guard, but it's completely undefended. Although we are allied with Naples and the Kingdom of Two Sicilies, so I'm not sure I want to be attacking them, but I mean, it's looking very tempting, Naples is. Anyway, we shall send this army up to Tunisia. Hopefully, well, it's pretty heavily defended, but it's not too bad. But alright, okay, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. Good grief. Anyway, we're going to auto-resolve this, because it's given us like a, well, it's not great. It's about a 60% chance. We do have, I mean, they have quite a lot more men than us. They have 2,355. We only have 1,698. But they are mostly just mob, just town guard. They don't have a lot of actual units. So, yeah, it's not like they have great units, but yeah, I'm just going to auto-resolve, hopefully win. And we do! We absolutely ruin them. We only lose 149 men, so I don't know what the percentage thing was talking about, giving us like only a 6% chance. We kill all of them, all 2,355, and we only lose 149 men. Only 149. That kill to death ratio is ridiculous. Anyway, we have managed to capture Tunisia. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of slow down a little bit. We do still have Algeria we can go and get from the Barbary States, and that will end the Barbary States because that's the only one they have remaining. So we'll go and do that shortly. But in the meantime, we're just going to kind of slow down, take a rest, and make sure that all of our men are fully replenished, and then we'll look at heading towards Algeria. So replenish all these guys. It's going to take us a couple of turns, and it wasn't actually too bad. It's still got quite a good bit of money left over. We can build a conservatorium, whatever that does. Apparently improves happiness, so let's do that. Yes, we how's our fleet looking over here? One more turn till we have our other trade ships, so we'll give that one more turn, and then we'll send them off to trade somewhere. I think I'm going to end the episode. So yeah, I'm going to make a sort of conscious effort to try and make these videos a little bit shorter. My last few videos have been getting pretty long. Like the last one I did with Sparta was over half an hour in length. So I'm going to try and reduce them a little bit. So yeah, hopefully this isn't too long. But effectively, we've done a pretty good job so far. We started off with just Rome. We've managed to build ourselves a few ships. We've taken Tripoli. We've taken Tunis. And then we're hopefully next week going to try and take Algeria. And that should complete the ending of the Barbary States. We've got our little trade ship here that will be heading off to East Africa to go and do some trading. And then once we've got this place, then we can start looking at somebody else to take on. I am looking at Naples. It is looking very tempting given the fact that it only has Town Guard and that is it. But yes, we've also been upgrading Rome like there's no tomorrow, so it's substantially stronger than it was at the start of this episode, and we now have the ability to recruit basically well, I'm sure there's more people we could recruit, but we have the ability to recruit some ridiculous number of units. Yes, we're looking very strong. It's a very good start. So we're going to continue on with that next week. So if you've enjoyed this episode, then give it a thumbs up and subscribe as well if you're new around here. And don't forget to ding that bell. And I'll catch you guys next week. So until then, cheerio.